I was 3 when I realized that I wasn't like the other kids.
At Pearson Specter, Lewis uncovers the shocking truth. Mike Ross never attended Harvard. Feeling betrayed, Lewis confronts Jessica, demanding not just answers but also actions. Will Jessica take steps to right this wrong and protect the firm's secrets at all costs? Jessica and Harvey decide to fire Lewis. Harvey takes up this task because he wanted to say goodbye, not just to announce that Lewis's services were no longer needed. But wait, they're in for a surprise. Lewis has already left the building, but not without a parting gift, a resignation letter that spills all of his feelings. In this letter, Lewis lays it all out. He admits that Pearson Specter isn't just a workplace for him, it's his home, his family, his whole world. He confesses that he doesn't deserve his name on the door, and he couldn't bear the thought of making Harvey and Jessica go through the ordeal of firing him. So he made the tough call himself. As the elevator doors close on him, he pleads silently for them to take care of the firm, his cherished home. The next morning, after Lewis's unexpected departure, Mike asked Donna if she had delivered Lewis's box yet, sensing an opportunity to help. Donna replied that she hadn't, but was on her way to do so. However, Mike insisted on taking over, expressing a personal debt to Lewis. He pleaded with Donna to let him handle it, emphasizing that Lewis had always had his back. Reluctantly, Donna agrees. Mike heads over to Lewis's place. Upon arrival, he tried to engage Lewis in light-hearted banter about a mysterious golden key he found among the items, suggesting it must have a story, perhaps from one of Lewis's first big cases. He hoped this would provide a distraction of sorts. However, Lewis was not in the mood to reminisce. He snapped at Mike, asking him to refrain from asking questions when he clearly needed peace. Mike tried to explain that his visit was not just about delivering the box or making small talk. He expressed his genuine concern for Lewis, reminding him of the times Lewis had supported him when he was at his lowest, and affirmed that he was just trying to return the favor. Despite Mike's intentions, Lewis dismissed the sentiment, appreciating the gesture but indicating that it wasn't the kind of support he needed at the moment. Mike could sense the depth of Lewis's hurt when he brought up the job opportunity in Boston that Lewis had missed, which Harvey had mentioned Lewis did not attend. The conversation shifted as Lewis opened up about the personal turmoil he has experienced, revealing that the fallout from his relationship had left him devastated. He questioned why he would chase a job when he was dealing with the heartbreak. Then, Mike approached Rachel's father, Robert Zane, who was known for his influential yet stern reputation in legal circles. Robert had agreed to meet with Lewis, but added that there was no guarantee of an outcome. Later, back at Rachel's place, the discussion about her father's assistance unfolded. Rachel acknowledged Mike's efforts, but cautioned him about her father's conditional generosity. She told him that it was really sweet of him, but reminded him that her father typically expected something in return for his favor. Mike reflected on Rachel's decision to independently finance her law school and admired her for wanting to stand on her own. However, Rachel also hinted at the complicated dynamics that often accompanied her father's help, which explained why she preferred not to rely on him. Meanwhile, in Robert Zane's office, he made his expectations clear to Lewis. Robert was not merely looking for another diligent worker. He wanted a warrior who could break through barriers. He directly challenged Lewis, emphasizing the need for someone who could forcefully open doors, particularly at Pearson Specter. He pointedly asked Lewis if he was capable of breaking his previous partnership agreement to demonstrate his value, stating that if Lewis couldn't manage it, he wouldn't be of any use to him. Later, the scene shifts to a heated confrontation between Lewis and Harvey. Lewis accuses Harvey of being too late to stop what has already happened. Harvey retorts, calling Lewis an unemployed clown who managed to sell a pile of nonsense to a client, causing quite a stir. Lewis reveals that he only informed the client about some some details Harvey kept hidden, which violated a specific regulation, leaving the client unhappy. Harvey, feeling betrayed yet defiant, admits he secured 2 job opportunities for Lewis, although they were not ideal. He explains that he did this out of compassion and desire to help, despite their disagreement. However, Harvey warns that when he claims one of their major clients, VersaLife, he'll do so without any regard for Lewis's feelings. At Lewis's place, the atmosphere was thick with tension and gratitude as Lewis expressed his thanks to Mike for arranging the meeting with Robert Zane. He made it clear, though, that targeting VersaLife was never his first choice, but rather a move he felt compelled to make due to the circumstances. Mike quickly reassured him with some good news. They had managed to reclaim VersaLife. The strategy, they convinced the company to sell off its trial drug division, which, while initially a drain on their earnings, ultimately boosted their stock price significantly and caused their market share to dip below a critical threshold. With a mix of disbelief and realization, Lewis connected the dots to Walter Gillis as the buyer. Of course, it had to be him. Mike nodded, acknowledging the win, and he complimented Mike on his brilliant lawyering. However, Lewis, ever the self-critical one, joked that despite his impressive resume, which included a Harvard Law diploma and numerous accolades, he might as well be paying for a subway seat with his qualifications. Mike wouldn't have any of that negativity. He encouraged Lewis, reminding him of his extraordinary capabilities and achievements. "Stop selling yourself short," Mike insisted, highlighting Lewis's credentials that were comparable to a Supreme Court justice. Despite the reassurances, Lewis remained skeptical, humorously noting that all of his accolades wouldn't even get him far on public transport. At Pearson Specter, the tension was palpable as Lewis spoke with Donna in his office. He opened up about how exhausted he was from the day's event, only to hint that things were about to become more intense. Lewis shared a revelation sparked by his interaction with Mike about a key, a Harvard alumni key that Mike seemed unfamiliar with. This struck Lewis as odd, since Mike supposedly had an impressive academic history from Harvard, marked by high honor. Lewis speculated that Mike's lack of recognition for the key wasn't due to forgetfulness, as Donna suggested, but rather because he never attended Harvard at all. Donna tried to defend Mike, pointing out that he was listed in the Harvard database. However, Lewis countered this by revealing that according to Mike's credit report, his address during his supposed law school years was in New York, where he even paid rent in person. This led to a heated exchange where Lewis accused Donna of not truly caring about him when she advised him not to disclose Mike's files to Sheila. He felt betrayed, believing that Donna's actions were more about protecting herself, Harvey, Mike, and Jessica, rather than looking out for him. Donna attempted to reassure him of her friendship, but Lewis was unconvinced, expressing his sense of betrayal and hurt. Driven by his discoveries and emotions, Lewis decides to confront Jessica. He walks into her office, intent on returning his ID, symbolizing his disconnect from the firm. He accused Jessica of being overly strict with the rules unless it suited her to break them. Lewis recalled how Harvey had hired Mike right after becoming a senior partner, which coincided with Mike's questionable credentials being overlooked by the firm's leadership. Jessica admitted that when she learned about the truth about Mike, it was too late to undo what had been done, confirming that the decision was made to protect Harvey's position. This confession led to Lewis expressing his deep frustration with the firm. He felt that when he had faced a similar situation, no one protected him. Instead, they let him face the consequences alone, which deeply hurt him. Lewis demanded that Jessica acknowledge her dishonesty and hypocrisy, but Jessica remained defiant, refusing to apologize, claiming that her decisions were meant to protect the firm. This only fueled Lewis's anger, and he envisioned seeing Jessica in handcuffs, although he admitted that wasn't his real desire. He revealed that what he truly wanted was for his name to be part of the firm's name, something he had been previously told was impossible. The conversation reached a boiling point, with both expressing their frustrations and disappointments. It became clear that Lewis was seeking recognition and validation, something he felt he had earned but was continually denied. Jessica, on her part, was stuck between managing firm politics and dealing with personal aspirations and grievances those of her colleague. As the argument settled, Lewis's words lingered in the air, signaling a significant shift in the dynamics at Pearson Specter. The conversation highlighted not just the personal battles within the film, but also the complex interplay of ambition, loyalty, and deception that underpin their professional lives. Will Jessica grant Lewis's bold request to save their relationship and the firm's integrity? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more intense legal drama updates.